Welcome, one and all, to the inaugural episode of Hi Mom, a podcast where we try to make you our friends, or something like that. I am your host.
Try to make them our friends?
I don't know. Yeah, this is a friendship simulation podcast.
Okay. Unless you're an asshole. If you're an asshole, fuck you.
I am your host, Kevin Online, or Kevin. You can just call me Kevin. The channel is Itsumo. Unless you're listening on Spotify or Google or what have you. And
who knows what it's gonna be.
and I'm joined today with my good buddy Jonathan. Say hi, John.
How you doing?
All on Twitter, he's known as Monkeys Will Rule.
Monkeys will rule.
Monkeys Will Rule.
We know this.
Yes.
It's called evolution.
By the way, have you ever actually sat down to watch any of the Planet of the Apes films? Are
Dude,
you into them?
That's the reason I named it Monkeys Will Rule.
I've known you for years, and you've never actually explained it. I just thought that you were just being random. And
dude, when I made my Twitter handle, I told you that's the first time. That's when the first Planet of the Apes, the modern one, came out. Our sophomore year.
Oh.
And that was the time when I thought, oh, your handle should be witty or funny.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, oh, Planet of the Apes, Monkeys Will Rule. There you go. That's the entire reason why I made it.
Okay, cool. I mean, that works.
Yeah.
All right.
So, but yeah, I have watched them.
Nice. Okay.
Go
ahead.
I like the Mark Wahlberg one. I'm not gonna lie.
Which is that one? The second one or the third one?
The one that came out in the 90s or early 2000s.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not familiar with that one.
No.
I've only seen the most recent trilogy.
Yeah.
But Jonathan, since for those of you guys who are listening on my channel, Jonathan is fairly new to the internet, and he hasn't been on the channel before, so I thought that it would be kind of fun to introduce him with some lightning round questions. What do you think, John? Are you with it?
I mean, I guess I'm with it. Do I have a choice? It's a podcast, homie. Hit me. Let's go. I'm ready to open up.
Cool. All right. Nice. All right. So, it's just to kind of break the tension a little bit, get us talking for a little.
Sure.
I was supposed to make this list, and I kind of lagged on it, so I was making it at the last minute. But
procrastination.
All right. So, yeah.
A man after my own heart.
All right. What's your favorite movie, John?
Fuck. You know what?
Just answer.
Fifth Element. I was gonna explain why, but I'm not gonna.
No.
Fuck it. Fifth Element.
Okay, Fifth Element. Your favorite anime?
Full Metal Alchemist.
Are you? Oh wait, Brotherhood or the original?
Brotherhood.
Brotherhood. Okay. A dog person or a cat person?
Dog.
Okay. What's your favorite childhood thing?
Dude, that is a broad question.
Yeah, I know.
Favorite childhood thing? I don't know. Going to McDonald's?
Alright, who's your Smash Brothers main?
Oh, shit. I haven't played Smash in a while. Freaking, what's his name? King K. Rool.
Okay, cool.
I like heavies.
Alright, Sonic or Mario?
Mario.
So you grew up Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis?
Super Nintendo, yeah.
Alright, favorite video game console of all time?
Oh, fuck. Xbox 360.
Alright, favorite video game of all time?
Halo 3. For sure. Hands down.
Halo 3.
Halo 3.
Cool. What year do you think One Piece will end?
One Piece? World Peace? One Piece. The anime. The manga. I don't know. Hopefully 2025. So we can get 5 more years of this, and
I mean, I'm sure that you're way more traversed in One Piece than I am. I've never made it past maybe like the double digits of the manga. So
I'm all caught up, homie.
all right. So but the way it's going right now at this moment, does it feel like we're near the end, or does it just feel like it's going to continue going for a lot longer?
Well, I mean, allegedly, Oda Sensei, he said we're about 3/4 done with it. So I guess we're near the end. We're nearing it.
Okay.
And it's an amazing build-up, dude.
So this is Jonathan. Welcome to the show, Jonathan. Well, you're going to be the co-host, so I mean, I just wanted everybody to kind of get the chance to get to know you if
yeah, thanks for welcoming me to my own show, buddy.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, it's my channel, so I just felt like I needed to introduce you somehow for people who don't know.
We're gonna have to revise the contract after this.
All right. Okay. So the way that we're thinking about structuring the show is to kind of have maybe a topical show or a type of media product thing that is pretty popular at the moment, unless there's something very specific that we want to talk about, and then I guess kind of talk about it between the two of us, and then offer extension to the audience and the comment section or however, and then just kind of, I guess, open up a conversation about said thing. So, like, for example, today's episode was supposed to be on the Animaniacs, but somebody forgot to do their homework.
Thank you. I was a B average student. And now you know why.
And so I guess I will be talking about the Animaniacs. But I mean, Jonathan, what is your experience with the Animaniacs? Were you big on it?
Yeah, the original cartoon, I was big on it. My aunt used to babysit me because my mom used to work 2 jobs at one point for like 2 years. And one of the big things my cousins and I used to watch was the Animaniacs. So all those is it Cartoon Network? It was Cartoon Network, right? Originally?
No, I think it was on Channel 5, the Warner channel.
Oh, right, Channel 5. Yeah.
I think it was actually a primetime show, wasn't it? Like,
was it?
I think it might have been.
Well, I mean, I didn't watch it on the original runtime. I watched it. Right. I watched reruns.
Syndicated and stuff.
Yeah. So I would watch that, and then obviously Pinky and the Brain, because they always came together. And I just remember laughing my ass off every time those little wacky characters came on.
Did you watch it as a child, or because I like distinctly have memories of like Cartoon Network actually doing reruns of the Animaniacs like during like 2000, between 2011 2012. Do you remember that?
No.
No. Okay.
I watched the early 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I remember watching. I mean, like I like remember it, but I don't remember it in the sense that I watched it when it was still really hot and new. So my memories of the Animaniacs is actually when it was on Cartoon Network between like 2011 2012 or whenever it was. And then like it would be the show that I would watch like before bed or something. But I mean it was hilarious. Yeah, I loved it. And like it really just became part of my ritual before bed.
Oh, you used to watch it at night?
Yeah, because I think it was like one of those things where it would air at night. Like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I used to watch it like at around 5 p.m. Around 5 p.m. That's when it came on for me.
Man, so you really did not watch this new reboot, did you? Did you know about it before I told you?
literally 2 weeks before you told me.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was just an announcement. I didn't know it was coming out already. And then you told me about
they
it.
gave it like a month or something.
And then you told me about it, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm gonna have to watch it. Very happily, I might add. I didn't just do it like, oh, I guess. But I forgot. So now we're here.
No worries, man. I mean, I have something that we can do in lieu of it, but I'll just kind of give my brief thoughts on it since you haven't watched it. But
quick thing. I'm on the Wikipedia for the original, and apparently it came out in 1993 on Fox Kids, and then it went to the Kids WB in 1995 until 1998. So that's a 5-year run, I guess.
Oh, okay.
5-year run, yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense on why like it would be syndicated on Cartoon Network.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But so this new rerun, I've only watched the first 3 episodes, because I also like similar to you, like I was like, all right, I have to sit down and watch it, but like I really didn't feel like watching more than the 3 episodes. I think after watching the 3, I kind of had my fill, and I kind of get the idea of what the show is gonna be, and I'll probably continue to watch it like from time to time, but like I don't think that this show, or I don't think that these new episodes are gonna have the staying power that they're, I think, hoping for.
I highly doubt it.
Yeah, because it's one of those things. Is like it was very much a cultural thing at the time, and it's yeah.
Well, I mean, you have to realize how many channels were on at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like it was on cable basically, and this is on Hulu. Not everybody has Hulu, first of all, and then now we have freaking Peacock from NBC. We have BET Plus. We have all these cable channels making their own streaming services. So yeah, and you have to pay for them. So it's gonna become another cable thing. And now there's like such high quality content. You can't watch all of it.
That's true.
And it sucks, because I'm the kind of person that likes to keep up as far as like TV goes.
Mm-hmm. You know what I wanted to sit down and watch? Mm-hmm. Like I've been wanting to sit down and watch The Queen's Gambit. Have you seen it?
Dude,
Like,
I was gonna mention that. Yeah? I've heard so many people mention it.
I heard it's really good, and I heard like it ends. Like it doesn't, it ties up all its loose ends or whatever, and it's like what we got what we like. That's it.
I love that.
Yeah, so we'll probably have to come back.
Just
and do
one
an
season?
on that. I
Just
think
one
so.
season?
I don't know. I mean, that's what I heard.
It might be. How many episodes is it?
I think it's gotta be less than 10, right?
Is it? So would it be considered a mini series?
Something. Yeah, that's the word that I saw being thrown out.
Yeah, because I do love me a mini series. I remember when I was little, I was big on. Did you ever watch the Merlin mini series?
No.
Never watched Merlin, dude. It's got what's his name, Ed Neal from Jurassic Park, and he's Merlin. It's really great. Yeah, 1998. Fuck. Sam Neill, that's his name.
Sam Neill.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, man. No point of reference. Sorry.
I'll shoot you a link, dude, because it's a really great little fantasy thing. It's a 3-parter, but it's like each part is basically a movie.
That's cool.
Yeah. Helena Bonham Carter is in it, if I remember correctly. She plays Arthur's half sister.
I don't know who that is, John.
Dog, are you kidding me?
No, I don't know who that is.
Freaking Bellatrix Lestrange.
No.
She.
I'm sorry, man. I don't know.
She's Tim Burton's wife.
I know. Like I didn't even know he was married.
Well, I think they're not. I think they're just partners. She was Charlie's mom in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
No, dude. I'm telling you, I don't know who this person is.
Dog, do me a favor. You're on your computer right now. Open up a Google tab. Look up her name.
What's her name?
Helena Bonham Carter. It's Bonham.
Oh, okay. It's the first name that came up, actually.
Yeah. Did you watch Enola Holmes? Did you watch Alice in Wonderland, the newer one?
No.
God damn it. She's the Red Queen. Jesus Christ.
All right, John. Let me tell you about the Animaniacs.
Tell me about the Animaniacs. I'm frankly, I'm offended right now, to be honest. I would feel like you would know.
No, man. I mean, maybe somebody else, but I was not. I wasn't watching her. I don't know. No, I would probably have to like really dive into her film.
Did you watch Fight Club?
No, but that one's on my list. Like I intend to get to Fight Club eventually.
You should see the hand movements I'm doing right now. It's a whole stage performance because I'm trying to calm down.
Well, eventually we'll hopefully have some video or something so that everyone can see how frustrated I get you. She was in Harry Potter, I guess.
Yeah, she was Bellatrix Lestrange.
No idea, dude. I'm sorry. I watched Harry Potter all in like 3 sittings. Remember? It was like a 48 hour span, and then we went to go watch the final movie in the theater. Like I don't like that whole series of movies. It's all a blur to me.
Yeah, you didn't really grow up with it, huh?
No.
But
Animaniacs. All right. So, I don't, like I said, I don't think that this series is or this reboot. I don't think that it's gonna have the staying power. I mean, you already mentioned that it has a lot of things that are going against it.
A lot of competition, yes.
A lot of competition, you know. But I like, for what it's worth, like, I do really appreciate what the Animaniacs represent as far as like satirical and like meta humor and stuff. I love all of that stuff, and even when I was watching it, I had moments where I laughed, and I was just like, I felt comfortable. I felt like I was exactly where I was at watching the Animaniacs. In the original, the first time.
Does this new series have a couple of innuendo jokes thrown in?
I was kind of like keep an eye out for them, you know, like for that famous fingerprints.
I was thinking of that.
But no, not exactly, not yet. I mean, like I said, I've only watched the first 3 episodes. The first episode it's really like, they really go hard on the like, hey, this is a reboot, and like for what that is, like it's cool, and like so the Warner Brothers, they're really just kind of like cashing into their reboot and like singing about it, and like they have like a whole bit in the beginning where they're talking about how like the first thing that they say has to be important, and Wacko and Yakko are completely like flubbing it, and they're putting a lot of pressure on Dot. and like Dot ends up like just like knocking them out with a hammer, and she goes like 20 years later and I'm still a knockout. And like there is like this cool bit with like Pinky and the Brain. Dude, I mean, from the 3 episodes that I've watched, like it seems like it's just the Warner Brothers and Pinky and the Brain. Like I haven't really seen any of the other cast members. Like some of them kind of escape me at the moment, but like the one that like really sticks out in my head is like the 3 pigeons, you know. Mm-hmm. And then like the little girl, I can't remember her name, but you know that like she kind of looks like Elmer Fudd, but just
yeah, no, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, like she's nowhere to be seen. But so episode 1 was kind of fine in that it was like addressing the whole reboot, and then episode 2 was like their chance to really kind of get back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
And I outright hated episode 2. I thought it was boring.
Really, like nothing interesting happened. Nothing funny.
No, like the chapter or like the I'm sorry, I don't know why I said chapters. But like the skits.
Comic nerd. Manga reader. It's seeping out, buddy. It's coming out.
It really is. But like the skits that we're talking about, the skits that they wrote for episode 2, like I guess like they had like maybe like a note card on the wall that said like history or something. And so like the Warner Brothers, like they have this whole thing where they're pretending to be like Olympian gods, and they're fucking with Odysseus. Because he offended them for being nerds. and like it was fine, but like, you know, like when I think of the Animaniacs, like I really just think about like how like they really just kind of wander into certain scenes, and then like whoever just happens to be unfortunate to be in their way like gets their wrath, whether it's intentional or not. Like they just kind of go about their zaniness, and it's just always to the misfortune of the it's always to the misfortune of whoever got in their way, right?
Yeah.
But like this whole motif of it being like the Odyssey, like it just wasn't really working for me. And then it was the Pinky and the Brain, and then like they were doing like a whole history thing too, like medieval Europe, and I honestly couldn't tell you anything about it. Like I've already forgotten whatever that was. Was it
unforgettable?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you anything about it. I just remember like it was like medieval Europe, and
oh shit, man, this is like taking the wings of my sails.
I mean, episode 2 just wasn't very good, and
No.
like. I mean, like the saving grace of episode 2 was that it ended with like Dot, doing this whole thing, like this whole bit where like, it's 2020, so it's been 100 year. It's the 100-year anniversary of like women's suffrage, and like so you think like they're gonna go down like this whole like rabbit hole of like paying homage to women.
Yeah.
And then like and so she's like with the parade, and then somebody kind of like whispers in her ear telling her that cartoons aren't allowed to vote, and so she just makes it about cartoons, and she like she strings along like just other famous cartoons, and it turns into a whole thing. Like it was actually really funny, and I think that was the best thing that the episode had to offer. She was like, yeah, forget that.
So she gave up the fight for female suffrage, and is like, no, it's all about cartoons now. It's all about us. Mm-hmm. Forget you guys. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like that would really work. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it was good. It was good. But the other stuff, like, eh. And then episode 3 was fun. Like, it was just the Warner Brothers, and then Pinky and the Brain skit. Like we're missing the other cast members, and we're missing a good old hello nurse or whatever.
Oh yeah, the hello nurse. I forgot about her.
Yeah, like we're missing all of that. It's fine, dude. Like, go ahead and watch it if but like I said, it's probably gonna be one of those things that I just kind of throw on from time to time. I think I'll definitely get through that first season, but
well, I mean, it's only 13 episodes, so it shouldn't be that bad.
No, it's not. It's not. Like, and it could easily just be something I watch before bed, as it was before. Okay, John. So you have the Switch, right?
I do have the Switch.
Yeah, and lately, like every time I talk to you, when I ask you like what you've been doing, you told me that you've mostly just been playing Breath of the Wild, right?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. When did you start playing it?
I got it like I want to say 3 months ago.
Have you beat it yet?
No,
the main
no, no,
story
no,
or-
no. Because that's the thing. Since it's an RPG, it's got so many quests and stuff. I'm trying to complete everything before I head over to the main story. But I'm basically to that point where like it's a no return point as far as the main story goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many divine beasts have you taken down?
Oh, I already got them all.
Oh, okay. You got the master sword yet?
Yeah. Yeah. Like all I have left is just to go to Hyrule Castle.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I've gotten to like the outskirts. You know,
Alright.
I've been to Hyrule Village. I just haven't been to the castle. Killed a couple guardians. You know. But right now, I'm trying to like complete like 2 or 3 quests that I have on the side, and build up my my inventory. Because I just want to have as many weapons and as many shields as I can have. And that's the thing with the freaking guardians. I always end up breaking my shields.
How do you feel about the breaking weapons? Like, I know, like, there's a camp, you either like it or you don't.
It's annoying. It's annoying, but I get it. I mean, I don't want to say it adds a sense of realism, but if you were in there, your weapons would break. You know?
Yeah.
So I guess I can kind of go, because I'm kind of comparing it to The Witcher.
Okay.
Where you kind of have, but at least The Witcher has his own craft tools. And he can sort of fix up his weapons. But yeah, like at some point the weapons start taking damage, the armor starts taking damage,
So that's something.
you gotta give them maintenance basically.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't think they break. I've never gotten to that point.
The only other open world game that I played is Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I didn't really get that far in the game because I didn't understand what kind of game I was playing at the time. Like, it wasn't until after I played Breath of the Wild and then that I like really got like what Xenoblade Chronicles X was going for.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought it was like regular RPG, like the way the first Xenoblade Chronicles and the second one was, and then like after playing those 2 games, I'm like, okay, this game is completely different. But yeah, so I really had no point of reference. But okay, that's cool, man. I mean, and you mostly like it. You said you were telling me before that the only other Zelda game that you played is the Ocarina of Time, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
I haven't finished it. If I'm being completely honest, no.
Oh, okay.
I think I had just finished the Water Temple, which a fucking pain in the ass. But then I gave up on. No. You know what happened? It's because I played it on my old computer. It was a laptop.
Oh, right.
It wasn't really a gaming laptop to begin with, and I was running an emulator on it. Allegedly, for those copyright infringement lawyers out there, so you know, allegedly I was running an emulator on my laptop, and you know, it's not as much processing power that you need, because it was Nintendo 64, was it?
Yeah.
Is that what it came out? Yeah, so it was that. But I was also like, you know, watching a lot of videos, like doing a lot of things on that computer that maybe it wasn't built to handle. So eventually that computer just started like slowing down exponentially. At one point it would take me 10 minutes to boot it up. Like literally 10, like I timed it once, or a little over 10 minutes to like completely boot up.
Okay, but how was the game? Did you like playing the game?
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I
just
mean, you said you never finished it. That's
I
fine.
never
though.
finished. That's
Yeah. Dude, just for the sake of just for the sake of like just trying it out, you should, like, if you get the chance, go back and play one of the pre Breath of the Wild 3D Zelda games, and then just like try moving Link, and then like the biggest compliment that I can give to Breath of the Wild is just making Link feel so good to use. Because if you ever go back, like I did once. I did once when I was playing Breath of the Wild. I like returned to play Twilight Princess, and I was like picking up where I left off in that game, and like immediately, just from like maybe 2 minutes of playing, I'm like, no, I can't do this. I don't think I'll ever be able to go back to playing 3D Zelda before Breath of the Wild.
Are the mechanics that bad?
Link just moves really stiff, and he just like it's I don't know how to explain it, but it like it's just one of those things. It's just like if you just compare the way Link moves or feels when you're using him in Breath of the Wild and compare him to like any game before it, it like he's also like really clunky. I mean, like the stamina thing wasn't something that was included in it wasn't like brought. It didn't start here with Breath of the Wild. They started it in Skyward Sword, but like that stamina thing just makes him move a lot faster, where like before the way to move faster was to roll. Like if you've ever watched a speed run of Ocarina of Time, I think like it's pretty common for you would see them like rolling Link to get across Hyrule Field before getting the opponent, or I don't know. But yeah, and right now I'm actually playing Twilight Princess again, and but I've already been kind of separated from Breath of the Wild for such a long time that like the moving Link doesn't feel weird anymore. Like it's gone back to kind of feeling like what it's supposed to feel like, or what it felt like at the time, and it doesn't bother me anymore the way it was bothering me like back then. But yeah,
like I feel like if I gave it a try, I'd end up just giving up on it from your description, because that's one of the things I really hate about video games, when their characters don't move fast enough to my liking.
Yeah,
I feel restrained.
It feels restraining.
Yeah,
it feels restraining. Yeah, Link just moves really slow too, and like even now when I'm playing Twilight Princess, and like there's like looking at Link's face, or even just the way he moves his arms, it feels very, very stiff, very kind of jarring. Like in the Pokemon community, like it's like very common to kind of rip on the main character's face expressions, because they lack them. They have like these godless, soulless eyes. And there are like little hints of that in Twilight Princess when I'm looking at Link. That is just, but like Link is supposed to be the link between the player and the experience. So, but I guess like it's kind of in what you call on brand, I guess, for what Link is supposed to represent to the players. But yeah, no, but man, I've been playing I've been playing Twilight Princess, and I just got to like the second dungeon, and I'm like finding this like appreciation for the game that I don't think I had before, and it kind of just boils down to like Breath of the Wild just being the most modern iteration of Zelda, and being the most like the only 3D Zelda experience that we have on the Switch. I mean, Age of Calamity just released, and it's not exactly the same, but like like just that first dungeon just felt so familiar, and it's just something that I've been, I guess, yearning for such a long time, that I really just had to pull out the Wii U and play Twilight Princess, and then to just realize, like, oh god, I really miss this. And I really hope that Breath of the Wild 2 actually has some traditional dungeons the way, the previous games did.
Yeah, that's a huge difference that I did notice between the Ocarina of Time and Breath of the Wild. The way the dungeons work. Because honestly, the ones in Breath of the Wild, they weren't that challenging, to be completely honest, as compared to Ocarina
Are you
of
talking
Time.
about about like the Divine Beast one, or are you
the
talking
Divine
about...
Beast, the Divine
Okay.
Beast. Like the shrines, the shrines are so very straightforward. Like,
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing with the shrines too, that like once you figure out the gimmick for it or whatever, like, it's over. It's time to move on and look for the next shrine, I guess.
yeah, I will say I do like watching video compilations on YouTube of people like figuring out the weirdest, like most elaborate ways to complete a shrine. They're just going to watch.
Like people are just trying to make it challenging for themselves or something?
Like using stasis to like get on top of a ball, and then like hitting it, getting on top of the ball and flying with it to get to a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, I do love all of those. Like, I feel like I'm somebody who most people would think that I dislike Breath of the Wild, but I really don't. I just, because there's a lot in Breath of the Wild that I love, but it's just like, I don't know. It's one of those things where like I didn't have everything that I was hoping for, I guess, or the stuff that it didn't carry off. It didn't bring the stuff that I love from the previous games into it.
Yeah,
you know?
see, I think that's a huge difference between you and me, because I was coming to it practically new, because I didn't play Ocarina of Time until, I want to say 2013, 2014. So it's like well after it came out, because it came out, what, 98, something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm relatively new, comparatively speaking, to other people, to the whole Zelda series of video games. So coming to Breath of the Wild, I was just expecting, honestly, the main reason I wanted to play Breath of the Wild is because the first clip I saw of the game was somebody deflecting the laser from the Guardian back to it, and I just thought, oh, that looks cool, I want to do that. That's literally the first thing that sold me on the game.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It is super gratifying to take down those guardians.
Yeah, and then also I'm big on story-driven video games.
Me too.
I just came to the realization, because I honestly regret spending $50 on the PlayStation Network so I could play Call of Duty, because I barely play it. I barely play it because I'm mostly focused on all the other video games that I have that are story driven. Like one of my favorite PS4 games right now, well, not right now, when I played it, is Horizon Zero Dawn. And that's, yeah, and that's definitely a very story driven, it's an RPG as well, video game. I don't even think it has any online play, so yeah, and that's the kind of game I love. I do miss like split screen multiplayer, but that's only because there's people in the same room,
Yeah.
so you can talk shit while you're playing, but you're live. I've never been the type of person to talk shit on multiplayer, like on Call of Duty. I don't know, it's not that I care about the people. Sounds bad, but like, it's not about that. It's just
right, but
it's just, I don't know, it just feels like, why? I'm trying to have fun,
Yeah, no, I get you, man. I get you.
Yeah.
But Going back to the story
Zelda.
base.
Yeah, story based. So yeah, coming to Breath of the Wild. I like right when I started playing. Well, I shouldn't say that. Once I got to the first shrine. I was like, okay, yeah, this game's for me. Yeah, because
So you like the story and in Breath of the Wild?
well, the story so far, because I still haven't finished it.
Right.
But yeah, I like it. I like all the elements. I like the side quests. You know, I like slowly leveling up to the point. Well, leveling up your weapons and your gear. You know, because
Right. No.
yeah, there's no level up system. I just realized, other than
No, I mean it's
your stasis.
it's an action game.
Yeah,
It's an
your
action adventure game.
magnesis. Yeah. But yeah, I like it. It's a really good game.
That's cool, man. I mean, I'm glad you're enjoying it, especially since you're not very familiar with the other Zelda games. Yeah, for what like the story offers, like not a lot of people are big fans of it, but I mean that's fine. It's just because they're the same as you, like they're really into story. I play games mostly for story too. That's why I have a million freaking RPGs on my backlog. But it's cool. Like I do like what we got. And I think that's why everybody's so excited for Age of Calamity. Do you think that once you finish Breath of the Wild, are you gonna try out Age of Calamity?
Well, I have Cyberpunk 2077 on the way, so probably after that.
Not for a while, huh?
Yeah, so not for a while.
Yeah. So I think that I'm all right. So I heard that there's like a time travel mechanic that's in Age of Calamity, and depending on what I hear from like on the internet about the actual story of Age of Calamity, will determine if I actually pick this up. If not, I'll probably end up just waiting for Breath of the Wild 2.
You want to hear the reviews first? Well, I mean,
yeah,
it makes sense. You were, I wouldn't say disappointed, but at least, like you said, you had more expectations for Breath of the Wild, so I would understand your hesitation.
Yeah, actually, I don't even know if expectations is the right word, but like, honestly, I was actually really, what's the word? Intimidated by the game.
Really? Why? Because of the sandbox?
Open world? Because of the open world, yeah.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
It's not that I'm used to it, but, did you play The Witcher?
No, I mean, I told you the only other open world game that I played was Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I didn't get it.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I actually like it. It feels very free. So you can just run around, but like, also with the quest, you have like a focus, something that you can focus on. But yeah, no, I like getting all the gears and stuff. It's no, it feels like you're having accomplishments in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also like the exploration aspect of it all. I remember.
Are you talking about Witcher, or are you talking about?
Well, both.
Oh, okay.
Both.
Well, yeah, I enjoyed the exploring aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think that's kind of like the biggest draw of it, that it is just like this huge freaking sandbox that you can lose yourself in, you know?
Yeah. Like one of the big things I like is finding the Easter eggs, you know?
Yeah.
Because it does have a couple. And then also looking for the little Koroks, like the Korok seeds.
Whoa, you enjoy that?
I wouldn't say enjoy, but like the fact that I'm exploring so much, I find so many just by accident.
That's cool, dude. You know, I'm really happy. I'm really happy that you're enjoying the game. Like, like I'm a little bit more about the game, and I really hate that I'm like that because I know that so many people enjoy this game, and I'm so happy for everybody that can find something to enjoy. Because I mean, it was like I think it was like the game of the year when
When it came out.
When it came out, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
But
I understand. It's a really good game.
Yeah, no, it is, and I mean, like, I think it just offers something for everybody. But unfortunately, like I said, I really like story, and I was kind of let down with the story. But like it's because it's like I just didn't like having to go hunt for those for like those, no, not the Koroks, the like how they give you like pictures and then like the memories.
Oh yeah.
Like I kind of like wish like there was a little bit more to it than just a flashback scene, you know. But I mean, it's cool. Like I'm excited for Breath of the Wild 2. I really hope that, I mean, since Zelda isn't in the castle this time around, like I hope that she plays like a bigger role.
You know what? Now that you mention it, I wish they had something more too than just a flashback. Yeah, because it's a pain in the ass to find them.
Well, dude, that's
some of them.
Oh yeah. I mean, and that's kind of what I'm like appreciating so much about Twilight Princess, that it's pretty story heavy. Like it's funny because it starts off with just Link being just a country bumpkin, like just living in his little town.
Yeah.
And then he was supposed to go on this errand, and then like at the like right when he's supposed to leave, like shit hits the fan, and like Link kind of just he like meets Princess Zelda, but by complete accident.
Yeah.
And like the story just kind of goes from there. Like you go, like without really having an understanding of what's going on, you end up in the first dungeon. And like Twilight Princess, like a lot of people don't like the beginning of the game because it kind of feels like it takes a while to kind of get to the point.
Yeah.
Because Link is doing like really mundane things, but I kind of feel like it serves for like the whole narrative of like Link.
It's necessary.
Really
it's necessary for the exposition. Yeah, I get it. No, I think I would like that. Like just the fact that he's just starting out, he has no idea what the fuck is going on, and then it's just like, oh, you're a hero, bro. Like you gotta save this motherfucker, cause
you failed.
Yeah,
you failed 100 years ago. All right, here's your rematch time.
See, and that's something too that I wasn't aware of, because I was always questioning, like, why are there so many Zelda games, and like each one is like a different Link and a different Zelda. I didn't understand that.
I know that you get the answer in Skyward Sword.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the full context of it because I've never completed Skyward Sword.
Well, I mean, you kind of get a sense of it from Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like, oh, you failed 100 years ago.
Well,
you gotta do it again.
Yeah, well, I mean, like Breath of the Wild really is kind of its own self-contained story. Because like the like Nintendo has tried to make a official. Well, they have made an official timeline.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like you can look it up and stuff. Like it like the first few games, I think, like they kind of just piggyback off of each other, and then you get to Ocarina of Time, and and then it kind of like stems out like. This is what happens when. Oh, man, you never finished Ocarina of Time.
Nope.
But
no, just
right.
Spoil it. I mean, it's been what, 22 years.
All right, so you know how like there's you know how like there's a whole time travel mechanic in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
So at the end of Ocarina of Time, it ends with Link going back to his original time after he saved the day, and so that Link can live out his childhood, because I mean his childhood was basically taken from him, And so that what it does, it creates 3 timelines. It creates a timeline in where Link doesn't go back to the past, I think. Then there's a timeline where Link goes back to the past, and then there's a third timeline where Link is defeated by Ganon. I think the one where he's like defeated, I think that's the one that goes into Twilight Princess, if I remember correctly. And then like the one where he goes back to his childhood. You know what? Let me look. Let me just pull it up. Let me see. But you know what? It's not even worth it. It's fine. All of this is just to say that Skyward Sword is it's kind of like the beginning of it. Like it's kind of explained somewhere in that story that the 3 of them, Link, Zelda, and Ganon, they're kind of like stuck together for all of eternity. And that there's always going to be a struggle between them, where Ganon is always going to be trying to get control, and Zelda and Link are always going to somehow like team up to to put him in check. And so every Link and every Zelda that we get in a new game is just an iteration of the ongoing struggle that they have between them that's supposed to go on for eternity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Poor Link. That sucks for him.
Yeah.
Poor Zelda too.
Yeah. So they're all like, I guess, ancestors of each other or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like that's why.
Here's the big question. Does Link ever get the girl? That's what I need to know.
I think
I think I broke you, dude.
I think in Skyward Sword it happens.
Yeah, let's go. All right, good for him.
Yeah, because in Skyward Sword, like I never completed the game, but like in that game they're presented as like they're totally into each other.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. So the way the timeline goes, it's Skyward Sword, then it's the Minish Cap, then Four Swords Adventure, and then it's Ocarina of Time, and from there it diverges into the hero is defeated, and so that starts Link to the Past, then the Oracle games, Link's Awakening, the original Legend of Zelda, and then Adventure of Link, which is Zelda 2. Then there's the hero is successful in the childhood era, where he's sent back to time, where he's like sent back to the past, and he stops Ganondorf before he opens the Temple of Time, and so that leads to Majora's Mask, and then it's Twilight Princess, and I don't know what that 4th game is. Four Swords, Hyrule Adventure. I don't know what that is. And then there's the adult era where Ganondorf is sealed, and so that leads to Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, and Spirit Tracks.
That is a very confusing timeline.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like, this timeline was composed before Breath of the Wild came out, so like, who knows where Breath of the Wild actually fits into it, and it doesn't really matter.
Let's just go with it's a lot of complications.
Yeah.
Poor Link is gonna have to live through it without a turn. But you know what? My boy always rising up to the occasion. Good for him.
Dude, and that's what I love about Twilight Princess. Oh man! So you know how he's supposed to be like the courage boy, like
Yeah.
it's like Zelda's wisdom and Ganon is power. Like there's this boy in Twilight Princess. His name is Colin, and he he's like this little shy boy. He's like really like not sure of himself. His dad always tells him that he needs to be more like Link, and what he meant is like you need to be strong like Link. It wasn't until he's seen Link in action that he finally understood what his dad was telling him, is that like, oh, he needs to be more courageous like Link. And God man, that's so cool.
Yeah, I hear all the nerdiness, gushiness coming out, but
yeah.
I'm for it. I'm all for it.
Yeah, so that was our whole Zelda talk.
Let's do another 10 minutes all about me.
All right.
What have I been watching? There's two things that I've been watching. One big one is I was listening to Rob Lowe. I was listening to his podcast, and he had
Literally,
yes, the podcast with Rob Lowe, and he had the creator of the West Wing. What's his name? Aaron Sorkin. He had Aaron Sorkin on it, and they were talking about the fact that the West Wing, that Aaron Sorkin was surprised that Rob Lowe wanted to work with him, because I guess back in the 80s, Rob Lowe was such a big movie star. And you know how at one point it was a thing, like, you don't go from movies to TV.
yeah.
Like, that was basically suicide, like career suicide or whatever, but he still did it.
Yeah, like it's
And-
usually the other way around.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like now it's like you want to be on TV series because they're more encompassing of whatever story they're telling. I feel like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that the way we do television now is just completely different.
Oh, it's so amazing, dude. I'm all for it. There's such high quality stuff out there. I feel like Apple is really like knocking it out of the park, even though I haven't watched a single series. It's just every time I hear somebody talk about an Apple series, it's like nothing but positive reviews.
I really want to watch that Steve Carell one with Jennifer Aniston, the morning show. That one looks cool.
Yeah. Well, anyways, so I listened to that podcast, and I don't know if they mentioned it or not, but the West Wing is now on Hulu. I mean, on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's now on Netflix. So I've been watching it little by little, and I really like it. It's I wouldn't say it's procedural, but like it's very we have a problem, we need to fix it. Let's do this. And I'm all for it. I really like it, and I mean, since I missed it the first time it came out, because I guess it went from 99 to 2006.
Well, I mean, like, what's the pitch of the show, man? What, like, besides like, oh, I really like it. Like, tell me something.
Well, it's the West Wing. The West Wing.
Watch?
The West Wing is it's the area in the White House where the presidential staff work.
Okay.
So what they do is they work with the president. They write all his speeches. They come up with. They do all his research, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're the administration of the president.
Ah.
Yeah.
Alright.
They admin like everything. That's what they do. And what's her name? Allison Janney is in it. I don't know if you know her. No. Okay. Well, she's. I want to say that she's like in her 50s, and you know what? Good for her. She still looks amazing. Yeah, and she plays the chief of communications or something. I don't know what the title is. I don't know what the title is, but it's that person that talks to the press for the president.
Okay.
Like they do the press releases and stuff. And then Rob Lowe, he plays the communications director, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he writes all the president's speeches and whatnot. But yeah, like it's all about like political machinations, so to speak. Like they come up with plans to help the president out, to forward his agenda, and you see them interacting with members of Congress. You see them interacting with the press. You see them interacting with regular people. I don't know, man. Like it's not a deeply emotional show, but it's
How long are the episodes?
Oh, they're an hour. They're an hour
okay.
for sure. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be the good person to sell it, because it's sort of there's this thing I have that I call for the TV that I like. I call it bland TV.
Yeah.
It's just it's not particularly exciting, but it's not particularly boring either. It's like right in between. It's that Hallmark Channel type TV. And I feel like this is like an outstanding show in that particular category for me. Because like you can put it in the background and you know, as background noise.
Yeah.
But you can also watch it. You can sit down and watch it. You won't be bored.
I don't know if it would be the same, but have you heard of Perry Mason?
No.
No. Okay. I guess it was like an old show. But I guess like they like made a remake of it with Matthew Rhys, the lead character or the lead actor from The Americans. And he's supposed to be like, it's supposed to be like a lawyer kind of drama, but like this new version of the show, like they're like leaning heavily into like noir vibes.
Yeah.
And so it starts off pretty gritty, like he's, you know, it starts off with him being like a detective. But then, like, he, like, little by little transitions into, well, it's all, like, in service to eventually get him into being a lawyer.
A lawyer, yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, that first story, it's, like, a case of, like, you know, like, the death of a child. And, like, trying to, like the mom is, like, the primary suspect. And so he's trying to, like, you know, be the defendant for the mom. Does it like kind of sounds anything like that, or am I like not?
No, you're not hitting it anywhere near.
Okay.
No, because that's more of a legal drama, I would say, right?
I guess.
Yeah, because I'm looking it up. Yeah, and it is. No, the West Wing is more of a political drama. More like you remember House of Cards?
I know the show. I never seen it.
I would say it's House of Cards on Xanax.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's very subdued. It's not as like grandiose and, you know, like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm
out there conspirational as House of Cards. It's more subdued, but there's you still see like how, at least in the early 2000s, how politics worked and stuff, you know, and like how they try to solve. Bring everybody, like both the Dems and the Republicans, together to work or whatnot, because I guess that's what the president has to do.
Okay, well, yeah, that doesn't sound like it's for me at all.
No, I'm telling you, this one's like I'll watch an episode like every day. Yeah, I'm not trying to binge watch it, but for sure I want to see what's happening with it.
All right,
because
we'll follow up. We'll follow up on your on your West Wing arc.
Okay, but that's the least of the things I'm watching. The one thing I'm watching, or at least rewatching, The Nanny, and I mentioned to you this before. I mentioned this to you before, and you said you didn't know about it.
No, I didn't. I still don't know about it.
I'm shocked. It's a sitcom. Came out 93, I believe. I'm not exactly sure what
I'm looking
network.
it up right now.
Yeah,
it was on CBS.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so The Nanny is basically this girl. Her name's Fran. It's played by Fran Drescher. Always a dime. A fashion icon as far as I'm concerned. The way she dresses in the show. And she's selling makeup door to door. It's like a new job. This is the pilot episode, and the guy, the owner of the house that she's at, he needs a nanny, and she's trying to make a resume really quick with her lipstick and whatnot. And he's like, no, well, I mean, I want a real nanny. I don't want you, but he needs a nanny as an emergency because he's doing something and he has nobody to take care of the kids. So they try it out, and she becomes the nanny, and that's pretty much it. And the thing is, like, he's like a a theater musical producer, and he's British, and she's a Jewish girl from Queens. So I don't know if you're familiar with how New York is divided, or how New York, like all the
Isn't
people,
it like just by numbers or something?
No. I don't mean that. I mean like the boroughs in New York. Like you have Manhattan, you have the Upper East Side, you have the Upper West Side.
Queens, Manhattan, Brooklyn.
Yeah, and then Brooklyn and all that. And so Brooklyn's was supposed to be dangerous at one point, but now it's getting gentrified. And then you got Queens. So it's all So I guess she's from specifically an area of Queens. It's a lot of Jewish people or something. So she's got like a very nasally voice, something like this.
Like Janice from Friends.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Okay.
Janice kind of reminds me of her, but she's not annoying, because Janice was so annoying, dude. I wanted to punch her in the face.
Leave Janice alone.
No, I'm saying my words. I'm speaking my words. Let me speak, man.
Let me speak my truth,
Let me speak my truth. I honestly did like Janice. She was annoying, but I think that was the purpose of the character, so...
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that
good
is
on
not
that
the woman's voice for real.
Yeah, good on that actress. And then, so the nanny is like that clash of cultures, basically. You got this posh British father, and there's also a butler, of course. Mm-hmm. And, dude, one of the best running gags on that show. So the father has a business partner. Her name's Cece. And she's basically trying to get at him, like, bad. She's desperate. Mm-hmm. She's desperate because she's older, she's trying to get married. And, but the butler, he's British too, obviously. He's a butler. Yeah. You can't have a butler that's not British. That's not a thing. And if it is, that's not a real butler. And he's always just, like, quipping, like, just having the most stinging comebacks at that business partner. Like, I remember, like, early on, one of the early episodes.
Is it like Jeffrey from Fresh Prince?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but it's only to her. And she's talking about, like, well, I can't make it there. Like, the airport, like, I'm not going to get a flight until 12 p.m. or something, right? Or like a red eye. I think she was trying to go to England or something. And he's holding a broom, and he goes, here, with the time difference, you'll just make it. Basically calling her a witch.
Right.
Yeah. So he's got a lot of stuff like that, or like...
Yeah, I feel like I'm a little bit more inclined to watch this show than the West Wing.
Yeah, no, this show is great. No, and the reason I'm rewatching it is just I remember watching it, of course, when I was younger, because you just had these epic reruns. You know how they used to rerun Friends on like Fox and like Channel 13 or whatnot. Well, they put like
3 or 4 episodes together.
Yeah, they did this with The Nanny. I forgot what channel they did this on, but I think it was TV Land or something. Yeah, so I would rewatch it, and so now I'm rewatching it again. And yeah, man, it honestly, it hasn't lost its touch. It still holds up. The only thing is you have to be somewhat familiar with 90s pop culture, because they do have a lot of jokes referencing like Clinton and just things that happened in that era. Vanilla Ice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think if I can come across it, I'll probably check out an episode. I was thinking that for the next episode, let's since we're both interested in checking out the Queen's Gambit, like we should maybe do that for next time.
Just watch 1 or 2 episodes, or what?
I mean, if you feel compelled to watch the whole thing, go for it. But I mean, because we're doing this like every other week, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you. Yeah.
How should we end this? Because we didn't even think of that.
I really didn't think about it either. I guess we can kind of just end it by telling people to find you on Twitter or wherever you want.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the
Twitter,
regular.
Twitter, Instagram, monkeys will rule. That's it.
And okay, cool.
Go follow
And
me on
you
my
guys-
Facebook.
And you guys can find me on the links down below. I'll put Jonathan's links also. I don't know. I'm a little tired. It's the end of the night, so I will we'll catch you guys next time, and we'll be talking about the Queen's Gambit and maybe something else. I'm sure we'll be talking about other things too.
Yeah, and next time
say
we'll
bye, John.
next time we'll actually say hi, Mom, at the beginning.
Oh right, okay. Well, I guess we can end it off by saying hi, Mom, to our moms now.
Well, I'm gonna say bye, Mom, because it's the end. Which,
Yeah,
yeah.
that makes sense. All right.
All right.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, Mom.
All right, bye, guys.